Hello there for the humans and welcome to this video, and today I want to talk a bit about the M4190 and the E75 TS. There is also items will be available soon because Wargaming doesn't apparently give a shit about the game, which is obvious at this point. But yeah, we'll see. There's also the other stage offer in the shop with the M41D. However, I wouldn't buy that. That is shit. It's quite simple. The first, the M41D for 11 euros. I wouldn't even buy it for that money, to be honest. I wouldn't buy it for that money. Then you get the Gravedigger, which for 8.5k gold, I believe it is. It's completely overpriced as hell, because it's worth like, what, 4k? And after that you get the Chimera and the Super Conqueror, which are good tanks, but at that point they don't become worth it anymore. So keep your hands away from that stage offer. It is a try of Wargaming to see whether they can milk more money out of you or not. So don't fall for that. But on the other hand, there is a bundle for 10,000 gold for the MXM, not the MX. Yeah, the MX M449 was in the shop for 7.5k. If you missed it, that's your problem. But yeah, now you have the M4190 and the E75 TS in the shop for 10.5k. So you pay about 5k per tank, which is about what they're worth, I guess. So that's not too bad. You know, obviously, for premium tanks, you have the good old argument. Is it a good tank? And is it actually worth it? In this case, let's start with the M4190, obviously, since I'm already playing it. This tank is a light tank, obviously, which isn't ideal, because it requires very, very high positional knowledge to actually make it work well, which is what a lot of players just simply don't have. So that's something you have to consider. If you're a bad player, you're never gonna make this tank work. You need to know how to position it properly. You need to know where to go, because obviously what you are basically is you're a medium tank with worse armor and a bit more speed. That's what light tanks are in Blitz. They are not made for scouting because there is nothing to be scouted, basically. So yeah, with that said, very nice gun, 240 alpha damage. The AP penetration is obviously in the toilet, like that of most tier-8 medium and light tanks, which is quite sad, but you know, it's 180. The heat is quite good. I think it's 250, something like that, so you can definitely work with that. It also does have HEP, which is high explosive plastic shells, which means that the HE has 100 pen, which is a great, nice gimmick. Again, you have to know what you're doing, you have to know how to position yourself, you have to know how to use the ammo properly, and only something like that you only get by experience and by learning from your mistakes. And if you don't have that experience and don't have that knowledge, you're not going to make this tank work, basically. But we'll talk about the E75 TS later, and that's going to be a lot easier to make work. And you know what's easy as well is liking and subscribing, you know, just saying. So yeah, as you can see, moving around, be very active with the tank, don't just sit in a corner, try to take the opportunities where you can get them, and take shots that are possible. 1.7k, you know, that's an okay game so far, you know, I wouldn't be too mad about it, you know, so let's try to get the defender a bit, you know. It's only the MX and defender left, so I mean, 2k is okay, I suppose, you know. It's alright. I'll take it. I'll take it. Can I use... Yes. See, that is the power of the HEP. You can pen that thing with the HE and do 300 damage. It's great. So it's a very, very good anti-light tank weapon, especially against T49s and RU2F1s and stuff like that. You know, it has also great gun depression. And since it's a light tank, it doesn't have any armor whatsoever and a great mobility. So yeah, you know, that's 2.7k. Not too bad of a game, you know. Yeah, as I said, 250 pen. Ha! I remembered correctly. The accuracy is great. It has 8 degrees of gun depression. There you go. And it is very, very fast. So if you're a good player, definitely worth picking up. Then, E75 TS. Well, it's the Löwe's weird brother, basically. As in, it's about the same, you know, capacity of tank. I don't know how to say it. but like, it costs less at this point in time. Because the Löwe is for 7k, I believe, in the normal shop. And now here, you have it for, I think, 6.5k on its own. Which you can consider, obviously. You can. But obviously, in the end, it's about whether you're actually thinking of spending your well-earned money on this game. Which, I wouldn't, really. You know, get yourself some ice cream instead. Ice cream's always cool. And, you know, just gonna... I'm not even making these videos to, like, make you buy it. I'm just, like, giving you an opinion of, like, are you gonna miss it if you don't buy it, basically. And in this case, you won't, really. You really won't, because, you know, while it's a decent tank on its own, you know, that's not really what matters here, because, sure, you can get it for 6k, but you can get the MX M449 for a tiny bit more. That is just a substantially better tank. You know, it has more armor, it basically has more mobility. It kind of has a better gun as well. So, you know, and in terms of more armor, I mean, it doesn't have, like, this thing doesn't have any gun mounted, like, front turret armor, you know. You can just pen it with any premium ammo that you shoot at it, so that's not ideal, you know. And, yeah, with the MX that's a lot more difficult. Okay, also it's fat, like me. So... oh, hey, look, it's a retard. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, don't go over there. Just, I think I will be making a video about that in the future, about, like, every map, where to go, where to not go. 46's a bit mad, I think. Yeah, he's a bit mad. Oh, well. I don't know why, but I guess he's mad. Guess he is mad. I mean, you could apply the double standard here, but I'm just gonna not do that. He's camping, I'm not, so... oh, team's falling apart, that's not cool. That's not cool. Says the guy that died in a ballstick, yo. Like, if you play the ballstick aggressively, you gotta know how to do it, right? It's not a Scorpion G where you can just yoink it and do well, like me, and be number 1 in an A, yo. But yeah, basically, as you can see, it's a 4v5, so we gotta try to take a tank out here, and that's obviously gonna be the ML, because the ML's gonna pose a massive threat to us later, you know, if he does get the clip off. And also the T30, because he has 640 alpha damage, you know, it's a kind of a big chunker of a gun. And there's a WT as well. Yeah, that's not good. It's that T30. Okay, the T30 is refocusing. Like, see, this is how easy it is to really just do better, right? Just look around yourself. You know, look at the map, look what the enemy is doing, look at what your team's doing, and then you can simply cause some more damage, hopefully. Ammo. See? Ballsig is a bit mad. Wouldn't really sign that waiver, but you know, so. There's a difference between stating, hey, look at this guy, and just being a bitch. He's being a bitch. Just like that T28. Ow. I'm dead now. But yeah, that is unfortunate, you know, if you have a decoy, that is quite sad, but yeah. In the end, as I said, about these two tanks, should you buy them? I mean, I wouldn't, really. There's better options. They're not bad. Store still isn't fixed. Well done, Wargaming. But yeah, basically, in the end, they're there. That's my verdict. They're there. And if you do decide to waste your money, then, you know, you might get some fun out of them. I think the M41 is a pretty fun tank, you know. If you know what you're doing, obviously. Other than that, I wouldn't buy it, and I would just get a membership instead and torture me with tank requests in streams. With that said, thanks for watching, stay safe, goodbye.